To part 4 of the Freeplays.com tutorial series. Today we're going to take a look at baseball and hockey lines. Baseball and hockey lines vary compared to the football and basketball lines, where they use pretty much a straight money line compared to a point spread because of the low scoring games in baseball and in hockey. Let's first start out with the baseball line, and we'll get over here to today's schedule. We'll take a look at the very first game. As you see right here, we have Miami taking on Pittsburgh, and just like the situation with football, the bottom team will be on their home field, so this game being played in Pittsburgh. The next thing you'll see is the two starting pitchers, Chen going there for Miami and Nova for Pittsburgh. Taking a look at the line itself, and here you see 145. The bigger number shows which team is the favorite. Pittsburgh is the favorite, and what the 145 means is just like the money line, they would be minus 145. In other words, you have to bet 145 to win 100 on Pittsburgh. Now, if you say you want to bet on Miami as the underdog, normally you'd think, okay, well, that means if I bet 100, I'd win 145. Well, of course, Las Vegas has to be shiny and bright, and so they take off their juice or their vig there, and you'd only win 135 on a 10-cent line. Some casinos use a 20-cent line where you'd only win 125. The other number here, 8 over 20. What that means is the over-under for the game is 8 runs, and they're saying that you can either bet on the over and the under. Well, here they're saying that the over is a little bit more of a favorite. So if you're going to bet on the over, you'd have to bet 120 to win 100. And if you're betting on the under, there the juice comes into play. You bet 100 to win 100. Now, this was just the opening line, and just like we have in our football lines, as we continue to move on, the lines move up. And as you see, the current line, Pittsburgh is 155, and the total has dropped all the way down to 7 over 115. Now, we'll take a look real quick here at the game itself. I made it a little bit bigger here for you. As you see, Pittsburgh 155, the total now 7 over 115. So if you were going to bet on Pittsburgh, you would have to bet 155 to win 100. If you bet on Miami, if it's a 10-cent line, you'd bet 100 to win 145. The total is now 7 over 15, so the total runs in the game, you're betting will it go over 7 runs or will it go under 7 runs. If you bet on the over, you're betting 115 to win 100, and it's a 20-cent difference on the total. So if you bet on the under, you would have to bet 105 to win 100. So 105 plus 115 equals your 20, and that's where you get your 20-cent line when it comes to the total. Over here is what they call the run line. And what that is say you think, hey, Pittsburgh's not just going to win, they're going to win by more than 1.5 runs. That way you can get a better price on it. So if you want to bet Pittsburgh on the run line, they would have to win by at least 1.5 runs, as you see there. And in this case, you'd bet 100 to win 135. As for Miami, if they think, well, Miami might not win, but they're going to keep it within a run, you could bet on the run line also. And just like you see here with Miami, they are plus 1.5. Which means you get 1.5 runs on there. If they only lose by 1 run, you'd still win. But in that case, you have to bet 155 to win 100. Now we're going to take a look over here at the hockey lines, and we have to go back a ways right now as we're not yet to hockey season. So we'll go back and just jump back to a date here. I believe back in May this game was. I see Vegas at Winnipeg. Vegas ended up winning 3-1 in that game, but the closing line here was Winnipeg 150 and 6 under 120. Now we'll switch over here real quick to that sheet just so you see a little bit bigger. Again, same situation with the hockey line as you saw in baseball. Winnipeg is the favorite. They are a 150 favorite, as you see right there, which means you bet 150 to win 100. If you bet on Vegas, this is a 20-cent line in hockey, you'd bet 100 to win 130. And just like baseball, the total here is 6, and this is 6 under 120, which means the under is favored here. Total goals you're betting, will it go over or under 6 runs? If you want to bet on the under, you do have to bet 120 to win 100. If you want to bet on the over, you'd bet 100 to win 100. So that's pretty much it when it comes to baseball and hockey lines and how things work. The next time we come back, we're going to talk about how parlays work a little bit here, both when it comes to the football and basketball on the money line, or on the point spread line, or by the money lines like here in baseball and hockey. I hope this has helped you out, and we will be back in just a little while with another instructional video for you. Good luck.